Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. The season of executions is about to start. The Russians, or in other terms the occupiers, are about to execute 2 Azov regiment fighters per the Ukrainians' intelligence sources. So this article comes from Ukrainska Pravda from July 10th, 2022, and this is the title: Occupiers want to execute 2 Azov defenders. Russians report that 2 Azov fighters face execution. Details: according to reports from the militants, Mikola, call sign Frost, surname unknown, and Konstantin Nikitenko, in parentheses Fox, were taken to be executed. According to a source of the Ukrainska Pravda in intelligence, the 2 Azov soldiers were taken out of the penal colony in which they were imprisoned in an unknown direction. Russian propagandists report different versions. Some write that the fighters were sentenced on 9 July. Others report that the trial will take place in the future. There are also different versions of the reasoning for their executions. It was first written that the Azov soldiers allegedly fired on civilians in Mariupol. Later, it was reported that they attacked a convoy with wounded occupiers. No evidence or details have been reported. For reference, right before this, the militants cancelled the moratorium on the death penalty on 8th of July. Ukrainian soldiers who took part in the defense of Mariupol and who were able to leave Azovstal were being held captive, they surrendered, were taken captive, were able to leave Azovstal. Like, oh, I'm going for a vacation right now. Bye-bye, guys. See you in whenever the Russians allow me to. Being held captive in a penal colony in the occupied territory of Donetsk Oblast. Ukrainska Pravda sources in the Ukrainian government have confirmed that all 2,449 people who left Azovstal, they just say bye-bye, went on vacation, are now held in Olenivka, an urban-type settlements in Donetsk Oblast, as prisoners of war. And then they tell us here that the Russians actually report 10 fighters less that surrendered. Instead of 2,449, for whatever reason they go to 2,439. So probably 10 will be by default gone. So it says here that on June 19th, the Russian mass media reported that the commanders of the Azov regiment were taken from the occupied territory of Donetsk region to Russia to investigative actions. Prior to that, the commander of the Azov National Guard regiment, Denis Prokopenko, handed over his duties to Major Mikita Nattochi. All right, well, in June 29, as part of the largest exchange of prisoners since 24th of February, Ukraine returned 144 soldiers, including 95 defenders of Azovstal. So those guys probably will be executed, but not before they will be squeezed of all the information these guys can squeeze, suggest, tell them to write down, sign, and then probably be videotaped and kept into the folder 3592. That's how it should work in this kind of circumstances, because it's always worked like that. But nevertheless, they reported, no, we take care of them, they're good people, we just follow the Geneva Convention's requirements. If they qualify, they fall under it, and these guys obviously don't by the Russians' assessment and decision. I wonder what happened with those British and the Moroccan foreign fighters, terrorists, mercenaries that were sentenced to death, and I think they could appeal the court until the 9th of, which was yesterday. What happened to those guys? Well, I couldn't find anything as of now regarding their release or their, I don't know, did they appeal? I don't know yet. They said they will. Oh, I think one of them did, but I'm not certain. We'll find out about those. In the meantime, I think the season will start. Those two guys, my assessment, I would give 50-50 that those guys would be shot. Why? Unless those guys are bottom feeders of the regiment and they were squeezed of all the information they got and there's no more and they're not necessary, they will be used as an example. But I don't think they will go that way. But that's a 50%. 50% set an example and say, see, we mean what we say and we say what we mean. Or we do what we mean. Anyway, thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.